This is why we need leadership. Let me tell you about the man who asked me to join him in this quest. Mitt Romney, thank you. Let me tell you about this man. This is a man of faith. It's a man of honor. It's a man of family. A man of integrity and achievement. Remember the Olympics in the late 90s? Remember all the waste and the corruption and the embarrassing scandals? Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? They asked this man in Boston from Utah to go and turn it around and save it. And that's exactly what he did. He dropped what he was doing. He served in a dutiful way, and he saved us, and he made us proud, and he revived the Olympics in that time. That's leadership. It's a man who created literally tens of thousands of jobs. And by the way, when people are successful in business, that's a good thing. That is not something to resent. We're proud of that. We lift that up. Hey, Scott. That's what makes America grow. That's what makes us tick. That's what creates opportunity and prosperity. He started small businesses. He turned around failing small businesses. He created companies like Staples, Bright Horizons, Sports Authority. I look around this room and I see an entrepreneur there. I see an entrepreneur there. I see an entrepreneur there. I see a business leader here. I see a job creator there. I see a job creator there. Everywhere I look, there's one right there too. Everywhere I look, I see friends. I see community leaders, I see family members who get up early in the morning, who take risks, who work hard, who sacrifice. They don't know if it's going to work, but it does because they work hard. And you know what? They don't need their president telling them that the government gets the credit. They need to know that we know that they built their businesses and they get the credit. That's how jobs are created. Just look at the contrast between where we are with President Obama and what Mitt Romney achieved during his 4 years as governor. Under President Obama, the U.S. credit rating has been downgraded for the first time in history. Under Mitt Romney, the Massachusetts credit rating was increased. Under President Obama, 23 million Americans are struggling to find work today. Nearly 1 in 6 Americans are living in poverty today. It's the highest rate in a generation. Unemployment's been above 8%. Household income in America has gone down for families an average of $4,000 in the last 4 years. When Mitt Romney was governor of Massachusetts, unemployment went down, household incomes went up $5,000, and he reached across the aisle. He didn't demonize Democrats. He worked with Democrats, and he balanced the budget without raising taxes. That's the kind of leadership we need. Every now and then, the president, in moments of candor, tells us what he really thinks. He kind of reveals his thinking and his philosophy of government. You remember when he was talking to this guy named Joe the plumber? He said, we just need to spread the wealth around. It's this economic school of thought, this belief that the pie of life is somehow fixed, that the economy is static, and that it's the government's job to try and redistribute the slices more equitably. That's not the government's job. The government's job is to set the conditions for economic growth so we can grow the pie for everybody, so that everybody in America can get their vision of the American dream. Remember when he was talking to a bunch of donors in San Francisco? And he said, people in the Midwest, people like us, that we like to cling to our guns and our religion. All I got to say, from a guy who goes to St. John Vianney right over there, whose tree stand is over about 6 miles that direction and that direction, this Catholic deer hunter is guilty as charged and proud of that. That's freedom. The last one is the most doozy. When he's talking to small business people, that they don't get the credit that the government does, it reveals a reasoning as to why we're stuck in the rut we are in. And so here's my point. It is not too late to get this right. It is not too late to treat other people with respect. It is not too late to get our spending under control, to get our budget under control, to clean up the mess in Washington, to get people back to work, to have an energy policy, a job training policy, to have spending cuts, to have small businesses growing and thriving, to make more things in America, grow more things in America, and sell them overseas. It's not too late to get people back to work. It's not too late to fix this country's problems. We can do that. Here is our commitment to you. Everywhere I look, I see so many familiar faces. It's very moving. And I love you too. And we want to know that the values that built this country are going to stay in this country. We want to know that those little things in life that tie us together as a community are going to continue to tie us together as a community. We want to know that we're going to reclaim those great ideas and those principles with respect for one another and give the country solutions to fix these problems while they're still within our control. Here is the commitment that Mitt Romney and I are making to you, our fellow citizens, my fellow citizens of Janesville. We are not going to duck the tough issues and kick the can down the road. We are going to lead. We are not going to spend the next 4 years blaming other people for problems. We're going to take responsibility. We are going to honor the fact that this country was created on an idea by our founders. Our rights come from nature and God and not from government. Our founders secured this, and every generation of veterans, and so many of them I see here, they're the ones who gave it to us and preserved it, and we thank them for that. And the way we will honor their sacrifice, their legacy of our ancestors, of our forefathers, who did everything to make it so that we can have the opportunities we have. My dad, a lot of you knew him. He said, son, you're either part of the problem or part of the solution. He usually said that to me when I was being part of the problem. But the solution is that we are not going to try and transform this country into something it was never intended to be. We are not going to try and replace our founding principles. We will reapply our founding principles. That's what we're going to do to get this country back on the right track. That's how we preserve the American legacy. Friends, we can do this. We can get this done. We can turn this thing around. And I simply want to say to you, together, we will get this country back on the right track. We will get this done. We can do this. Thank you so much, and God bless you. God bless this country. God bless Wisconsin. Thank you so much for coming out. We love you all. Thank you.